Good morning. Welcome to 49ers in 5, your daily update on everything happening with the team that you need to know. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. Today is Wednesday, December 20th, 2023. Here's what's happening with your San Francisco 49ers. We usually start every show with the injury report, but there was no practice yesterday, so we have no injury report. Let's dive right into the meat of the show. Deebo Samuel did his weekly hit with Kay Adams yesterday, and Deebo says this team hasn't peaked yet.
You know, as we continue to stack these days, stack these games, stack these wins, we still not playing to our best potential and still leaving stuff out there on the field. And that's things that neither you know or people out there know. It's just like within the building, like things that we know we have to work on for us, like just little things of one block here with Spring Christian free probably like 3-4 more times, or a block here with got Brock a little bit more time in the pocket to throw another ball. It's just like little things like that.
Considering the 49ers have won 6 straight by at least 12 points, if they haven't hit their ceiling yet, the rest of the NFL is in big, big trouble. Moving along, John Lynch was a guest with Murph and Marcus on KMBR. John, you were a Hall of Fame safety. You saw the tackling out there last week. What is going on?
The good news is we have the personnel that is very capable of being very good tacklers. I think we just got to get back, and sometimes it takes getting punched in the mouth and having, a performance like that to really drill in how critical and important it is. And we got to be on point. We got to clean it up. We're playing against a really good team in Baltimore, and that's something that's been a hallmark of what we do, being a sure tackling team, and we do it by getting multiple people to the ball. And we've got to certainly prove, and I expect us to, because that's not who we are, and that's not who we want to be.
John is right, of course, but they definitely have to get that fixed. 16 missed tackles against the Cardinals, 14 missed tackles the week before against Seattle, and 12 missed tackles against Philadelphia. Deebo just said this team can be better. Clearly, that is one area that can get a lot better and needs to get a lot better if the Niners are going to go where we're all hoping they can go. We always give you one thing to read, one thing to watch, and one thing you might have missed. One thing to read on this Wednesday. JP Acosta of SB Nation did a really cool deep dive into how coaches use pre-snap motion to affect the defense. He focused on 3 coaches, Mike McDaniel, Sean McVay, and you guessed it, Kyle Shanahan. And Kyle is using motion differently than every other coach in the league. And it was really cool to read why. If you want to read the article, just click the link in the description of the show. One thing to watch. Normally, I would never, ever do this, but considering Seattle just helped the 49ers by beating the Eagles, and it's really good, I'm going to make an exception. Pete Carroll's post-game speech to his team after knocking off Philly was epic. You have to go and watch it. Trust me, it's not very long at all. It's probably less than 2 minutes, the whole thing. It is definitely worth your time. Again, I put the link in the description of this episode. One thing you may have missed. I read this. I can't remember where. I apologize. It might have been a Kawakami column, or actually, you know what? I think it was on NBC Sports Bay Area. George Kittle now has more than 450 catches and 6,100 yards for his career. He's just the 4th tight end ever to reach those marks in his first 7 seasons. The others, in case you're wondering, Antonio Gates, Jimmy Graham, and Travis Kelce. That is pretty damn impressive. George Kittle has had a career resurgence since Brock Purdy became the starter. It is unbelievable what he has done, and let's hope it continues. That's a wrap on today's 49ers in 5. Please rate, review, and follow the Gold Standard Podcast Network. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you hit the little bell, you'll get notified every time we go live, which is every single weekday for you here. I will be live with Grant Cohn, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific today. We'll dive into the good, bad, and ugly from the win over Arizona, and also look ahead to Baltimore and the possibility of the Niners locking up the number 1 seed, which can happen this week with a little bit of help. We'll get into all that. We'll take your questions as well. Please, please, please join us. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. We'll talk later today.